Alright guys, this is how you get bot lobbies in Chapter 6 Season 1. Now, unfortunately, this method does not work in OG, so unfortunately we cannot use this method. It probably still does work, however you'd be matched up in lobby with about 10 other real players. So about 5 other duos or 2 squads. So if you want to do that, you want to be in a lobby with at least 1 or 2 squads. You want to solo them, that's perfectly fine, but for me, I'm not going to do that as I am not that great at the game. And mainly for the most part, I have just been doing bot lobbies for about 2 years now. So the method is the same as all the previous seasons I've done these videos. Just get a bot account in your game, make a new account or something like that. Make sure it's under account level 10. Otherwise, if it is above that, you will be matched with other players, actual real players, not AI. And yeah, so that's how you get bot lobbies in Chapter 6, Season 1. This video helped you guys out. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, not the video, because we always put these videos out anytime there's a new update or anything like that to the game. So we'll also be doing these videos for eventually Chapter 6, Season 2, and all the other seasons that come in the future. So stay tuned for those, and yeah, let's go ahead and play out the rest of this game like normal. See how many bot eliminations we can get. Also in OG, the siphon that you get, the siphon mats you get from bots does not exist. So if you're wondering where those are, where your siphon mats are in OG, you just don't get them in OG, because, I mean, technically that wasn't a thing in OG. You didn't get siphon mats. So if you were wondering where those are, you just don't get them. It's disappointing, but I get why they did it. I mean, it's also disappointing that bot lobbies just don't work in OG. But, like, once again, makes sense, even though they haven't put bots into the game. I do technically agree with that decision, putting bots in. Like, yeah, people will say, oh, bots didn't exist in the game back then. But I mean, if you really stop and think about it, they did. Technically, the bots in the game are just like the OG nukes. Like the OG default skins. think if you played back then, you know what I'm talking about by the default skin. You get, if you run into a default skin back in the old days, back in like chapter 1, like, you guys know that running into a default skin was usually a new player that had no prior experience in the game. Now, sometimes they were fakes, sometimes they were a fake default skin, but this time they weren't, and it was an easy elimination. But that's my rant out of the way. I agree with the decision from Epic to put bots into the OG game. Yeah. I mean, I haven't even played. I haven't played Chapter 6 much at all since OG came out. Just because, like, OG is much better than Chapter 6 in my honest opinion, and the fact that creators have said, like, I believe it was on launch day for OG, Epic sent a document to, I believe it was all creators in the Swear Creator program, that they would be doing the OG events that happened back in OG Fortnite. So, like, if you didn't get to see the rocket launch, like, you get to see that. Or if you didn't get to see, like, the volcano erupting or anything like that, you get to see that. And I think that's so good on Epic's part. Like, allowing us to relive the events. Now, I'm not sure if they'll be doing, like, the weekly map changes. Like, if you remember, I think it was Season 8 with all the dig sites. I hope they do that, because I remember staying up until, like, midnight just watching a stream of, I think it was, honestly, Pack Puncher, just helping dig out the dig site at Dusty. Now, back then, the only thing I had was a phone that wasn't supporting Fortnite, so I couldn't get on. The only thing I had back then was an Xbox, and most of the time that was controlled by my little brother, so I didn't really have any time at all to play the game, play Fortnite. So just reliving these events, it's just going to be so good. It's going to be awesome. Now, we're still uncertain about what happens after Chapter 6, after Chapter 1, like Season X. Either, there's two options. Either we'll go back to Chapter 1, Season 1, or we will go to Chapter 2 and have Chapter 1 as a, like, creative map or something like that. Like a alternate mode. So if you want to keep playing on the Chapter 1 map, you can. But other people, if they wanted to go to the Chapter 2 mode, you can. Like I said, we don't know what Epic is planning yet. We won't know until, I think it's December. It's either November or December next year. I want to say it's November. I think it's like November 25th or something like that. That is the current end date of of OG, when we will get the end event, which will probably take us into either the reset back to Chapter 1, Season 1, or take us into Chapter 2. Also, next week we should be getting the Winterfest update. I'm hoping it is better than last year's. Because Winterfest last year wasn't good at all. Like, literally, I think the only thing that changed last year with the Winterfest was that island they added up north of the map. So I'm hoping this year they re-add Santa's, like, truck that he drives around. So, I mean, that thing was awesome. Like, if you didn't like it, I get it, but, like, so many people love that. Where's this chest? Huh? Ow. Found it. Only shotgun, it did receive a buff, but it's still not good. Even though it did receive a buff, it's just not a good gun. Even though, like, I rarely play Chapter 6 anymore. The only times I've really played Chapter 6 are... Oh, that was an internet lag. The only times I've played Chapter 6 is for the weeklies. And once those are done, like, I just went back to playing OG. So, I mean, like I said, OG is the better Modric. So wish that was the fire boon. Not gonna lie. Also, tomorrow on stream, if I do end up streaming, which I think I will most likely, I will be doing some more Fortnite Ballistic, the new first-person mode. I played a game earlier that it's a fun game mode. Sort of like Search and Destroy if you've played Call of Duty. Great, I pick up some awesome. Alright. So 17 more bots to eliminate here. I'm going to take the shocks. Also, these sprites that you can find throughout the map, you can throw them down. When they first pop up, they'll give you 30 HP or shield. Then it'll give you a slurp effect. Now, obviously, I don't have any. I don't need any health, so I didn't get anything there. But if you would need health or anything like that, if you can find one of those and pick it up, it will give you that. I feel like the fire rate increases with this gun. Alright, this is a perfect example on what they do because we need them anyway now. What we do, pick it up, and then just toss it down, and it'll give you full health, just like that. Because obviously I was at 73, it gave me 27 health, I believe. It gave me 27 shield to top me off. So once in, I mean, if you can find those sprites, they're all throughout the map, and there's also a rare one, which only spawns 2 times. There's only 2 that spawn each match. I have only found 1, and that was this morning at the time of recording. I mean, they have like 15 different spots that they can spawn. But, I mean, they're just so rare. They're just so very rare to find. I mean, if you can find them, they give you pretty good loot. I'm not gonna lie about that. Loot that they can give you is amazing. We're getting near the no emoting area. If you guys haven't seen the clips of that, there is an area on the map where if you emote, you get shoved off by an invisible force or something, and it'll have you fall right to your death unless you have a void mask. Ooh. Recoil on this gun is crazy. Also, they have buffed the auto shotgun. I believe it's fire rate got improved. I think that's what happened to it. Void Mask got nerfed. They decreased its speed and its travel distance. I believe they have nerfed the hollow scoped, the other assault rifle. And they've buffed a couple other things I can't remember off the top of my head right now. But yeah. So once again, guys, if this video has helped you out, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. We try and record these videos as soon as possible for you guys on this channel. obviously this one, I already had a video planned for. I already had this video recorded, like in like the first 2 days of the season. However, I didn't like the way it sounded, and plus we didn't have a bunch of information on this stuff back when the season first dropped. So sad to delay it until right now. So this video will probably be one of the only ones we put out this season, unless Epic decides to add bots in, like bot lobbies into OG, which I'm hoping they do. I mean, it's in fun either way, playing OG with and without bots. Yeah. I do not believe that the new ballistic mode supports bots. So there probably won't be a video on that. We'll see if we put out a video on the new Brick Life mode that Lego has releasing tomorrow. I know with some of like the builds that you have in the game that you can get through the Lego Pass, I know some of them will be available and some won't, but that'll do it for the video, guys. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, guys, peace out.